Yo guys, in Logic Pro, I found some secret EQs that are super secret. So let's hop into Logic Pro. So basically when I add an EQ to something, if I go to where it says EQ, the top four things I see is channel EQ, linear phase EQ, match EQ, and a single band EQ. And then I see all this UAD stuff. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's this category called the Vintage EQ collection. So here's where we can add analog style EQ. The difference between analog style EQ is that it adds harmonic content. It's not just a clean boost. It adds more than one frequency to a sound. So what we're going to do is use different ones here. Let's go to the console, vintage console, and let's add this to our first track here. Now this looks like a Neve to me, a Neve 1073. And let's use it over this J Dilla style beat. And all we're going to do is boost the lows a little bit at 60 hertz. That's my favorite. Now you can actually type in the value here. So 60 and 75 hertz are like my go-to for bass. Let's exaggerate so you guys can hear. So it adds that thump to the kick. Now for this beat, I kind of want the highs. I want to rebalance the mids. So let's figure out where it's a little too aggressive. So 3K seems a little too aggressive. So we could either boost at a different frequency or just cut away at 3K. So it's heavy at 500 hertz and 3K. So here's without it. Here's with it. What we're going to do is also add this drive. So drive is, where we add that harmonic density to a sound. It's more than just turning up 60 hertz. You might turn up 60 hertz, 120, 180, 240. They're called harmonics of a sound, multiples of a sound, a frequency. So we can also switch out the types of EQ. So let's do that as well. Now you can hear with the drive turned all the way up, it's basically turning into a saturator. Now I'm going to exaggerate this so you guys can hear what it's doing. Switch out the output model. So I guess this is the harmonic styling. So firstly, it says tube EQ. Second one is a graphic EQ. The third one is a console. So I assume these all have different harmonic stacking. So I assume also that the silk mode is mimicking Neve's silk. They have a red silk and a blue silk. Let's try the punchy. A little more gritty on that. If you guys hear that high end. It's a little more scratchy. Let's try the smooth EQ. Listen to how it gets bigger as well. Now let's say it was just a simple volume switch. So let's see where we're at in terms of level. We're at -4, and then with it, we're -2. So what we can do is add the difference to the volume here. So we're doing -2. So let's compare before and after. Here's after. You can really hear when that bass kick in. It goes instead of just it's like. So let's listen to more of the bass area. Also try 75 hertz. So here's before the EQ. Here's before the EQ. Here's after. So very subtle differences there, but you know, we can easily push these analog EQs a little too hard. Maybe that's why people don't use them as much. Let's go to the second track here and let's pull up another EQ. Now this one's very sensitive of a track because it has a wah pedal on it. So let's go to where it says graphic EQ and see what this is. So this looks like an API for those who are familiar. EQ. I'm just listening for a difference before and after without even touching any bands because we have this drive knob. It's gonna be hard to hear, so I'm gonna exaggerate these effects. Now you can really hear that crunch. Let's try different modes. So again, punchy gives you different harmonics. It goes and then silky gives you more of a doo-doo. Smooth is somewhere in between. So I think silky is more natural to the ear. And then from here you could just, you know, boost wherever you want. So let's boost up at the 60 hertz. Boost at the second harmonic. Add a little more density to this track. And then let's get the highs sounding brighter. Let's make sure we're level matching here. So before we're hitting at about -2. And with the plugin, we're hitting at +2. So let's do -4. That should get us in the, you know, the general area. So here's before. Here's after. Here's before. Here's after. Let me boost up some more lows. Looks like we can also change the tuning. So apparently I assume this is going to change that fundamental frequency. So this requires a little bit of math, understanding the key of your song. In this case, we're just going to do it by ear. 60 hertz is usually where you want to target for that sub frequency. Changing this, we'll just simply lower or raise this, but let's pull this up to where 75 is at that second harmonic in this case. Let's see if we get a different tone. Here's before. Looks like we're at -0.6, so let's redo this because we're actually quieter once we turn on the EQ. So let's add, what is this, 1.5 dB. So it's going to take us to -2.5. All right, so here's before the EQ. Here's after. Here's before. Here's after. So listen to the tone of the kick. It goes doo-doo instead of. Here's after. I'll exaggerate it. So now the kick's like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo. Normally I wouldn't push the drive this hard. I'm just showing you guys the sound of this EQ. That one was a little more subtle, probably because that song didn't really need to be EQ'd. Let's go to the third vintage EQ. Here we're going to use the tube EQ. This looks like a Pultec, and we're going to do this simple, boost at 60. This is going to add more density to the track.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
So I forget exactly where this attenuation happens. I think it might be the second harmonic. I'm not sure exactly where this point is, but we're boosting at the fundamental of 60. And maybe, I haven't done a chart for this EQ, it could potentially be cutting away the 120. So it lets that fundamental just boost a little bit more isolated. Okay, that's me guessing, but let's mess with the drive here.
From around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
Now, the only time I hear this one is on punchy mode. It could be the song mix as well. Let's boost some of the highs.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way.
Let's do like 10K. I like how you can dial in it. You're not bound to these preset things like the actual units are. So you could actually type in how much.
He had to run away. Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
So here's before.
Bitch ass nigga from around
Here's
the
after.
way.
I don't know what these do. Low peak, low frequency, dip frequency. I guess this is like another EQ band if you want to just quickly boost at the lows, duck out some of the mids. So this looks more like a correction EQ at the bottom.
Tried to steal money, but he had to run away. Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money.
Let's get these levels right.
But he had to run away.
All right, so that's at 0. It looks like we're pushing this beyond 0. Let's run this back. All right, so here's before.
Tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
Here's after.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
All right, so I took away the attenuation of the lows. I'm not sure where the lows are targeted, because it did take out a lot of subs. So maybe it is lower than 60 or lower than 120. Let's try to get these levels right. So here's before.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
Here's after the EQ.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he.
So this EQ, it tends to balance out what was in balance from the initial mix. So listen to how the initial mix was leaning either very high frequency or very low frequency. The mid was kind of like empty.
From around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
That feels a little more balanced.
Bitch ass nigga from around the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away.
So I'm liking the 60 hertz boost. This sounds really good. hear before and after.
On the way, tried to steal money, but he had to run away. Bitch ass nigga from around.
So the Pultec, I'm liking just that 60 hertz more so, but the high boost helps balance out this specific mix. So again, there's, you know, what, 3 EQs you guys probably had no idea existed in Logic Pro. Logic Pro is the gift that just keeps giving. I'm sure I'm going to find more plugins over time. I just wanted to share that with you guys, how I just stumbled across that one time, messing around in Logic. Share with a friend and subscribe if you're new. If you guys want to learn music production, go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Peace out, guys.